Alright, so it's been a little bit on doing a video, and one of my earlier videos, I don't remember how many videos ago it was, but we did a get home bag video. And so here last month, we took a trip, and I recommend anytime, at least once a day, if you're not physically practicing, think in your head, what would I do in this scenario? You got to constantly stay sharp, and you're going to change your processes and procedures when you put them through these tests. And when we went out of town here, like I said, about a month ago, we went up to Quantico, Virginia. And of course, I take my get home bag everywhere I go, just in case anything happens. It may not necessarily be a full fledged EMP. It can be a localized emergency event that causes the interstates to be shut down for miles and miles, and you may have to actually get out and walk. It could be martial law. It could be any number of things where the interstates are not passable, and you're going to have to get home using the old school, your feet. And you're going to need supplies to get there. But we were in Quantico, Virginia. I had my get home bag, and I've changed, or I actually added something to it because on the way home I got sick. I ended up coming down with COVID and then had a sinus infection and was sick for about 3 weeks. And I was thinking the whole time, what if I felt the way I did and I had to walk home? Now, I would have done it. I would have made it back home, but it would have sucked because I had nothing in my medical kit. I had everything I needed in my medical kit for an injury, but nothing for sickness. So I have since put Sudafed, Benadryl, Advil, and Tylenol in my med kit just in case I have a scenario where I feel like crap, but I still have to get home. So that's one thing that I added. So I've got everything in my get home bag laid out here in front of us, and you can kind of see. I'm not going to go through every little thing. I've got my weaponry here at the bottom. I've got my battle belt with my 9. I've got my chest pack with my 40, and I've got my case here with my shotgun. Then I've got other things here, poncho. I've got actually a tarp, a camouflage tarp in there, and I'll get to that in a minute. I've got my machete, hat, socks, change of t-shirts. I've got face gear. I've got a little bit of camouflage for concealment, canteen, fire starter, emergency food, knife. I've got 3 or 4 knives and a couple flashlights because you know the saying, if you got one, you've got none. If you got 2, you got 1. So got a couple backups there. But my strategy, and you'll hear a lot of people say, gray man, I'm going to do the gray man, blend in. And that may work for certain situations where you want to blend in some scenarios. But my philosophy is I don't want to blend in. I want to be invisible. And what I mean by that is if I'm walking home, the shit's hit the fan, so to speak. There's bad things going on. I don't want to be around people. So I'm going to travel at night. That's why I've got most of my stuff here black, and I'm working on getting more black. I want to be completely invisible at night. I'm going to walk at night. I'm not going to use flashlights. My eyes are going to get night vision. I'm going to get accustomed to the dark, and I'm going to embrace the darkness, as Bane would say. And then I'm going to find a place and camp and sleep during the day. That's why I've got a camouflage tarp. I'm going to put a tarp up. I'm going to get up underneath, keep it as low as possible to the ground, and I'm going to sleep during the day and walk at night. I've got quite a bit of heavy ammunition. I've got probably 90 rounds of 40, 60 rounds of 9, and I've got a whole box and a half of shotgun shells that I'm carrying. Most likely, I'm going to be with another family member, i.e. my son, and I may pass off some of that weaponry to him. But I want to make sure that if I do run into somebody that it means harm to me, I'm going to be able to eliminate the threat. Nothing silenced. That would be great. I wish I had some sort of silencer that I could keep my weaponry. I want to be invisible, like I said. So no gray man for me. You run across me, you're definitely going to, if you do see me and do run across me, I'm going to be heavily armed and like a porcupine. You know, what is a porcupine's defense? He has that sharp, prickly spines that, okay, no animal wants to mess with, so they leave him alone, right? So I want to be the pork. If you do run into me at night, I'm going to be a porcupine. You're not going to want to mess with me. So that's my strategy. But I just wanted to put this out there to kind of give another um, way to do things. You know, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Give people another thing to think about as far as traveling at night. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not gray manning it. Um, I'm definitely, you're going to tell that I've got tactical equipment here, and if you run into me, you can tell that I'm going to have some weapons. And you just need to decide whether you want to take me on or not. But the ultimate strategy is not to see anyone. It's to camp and hide during the day. Um, Obviously, build a fire before the sun comes up. Get what I need to eat, and get the fire put out. No sight, no smell. Sleep during the day. Walk at night. There you have it. Good luck, folks.